turn the light on so we have a little bit of light over here. Let me move this a smidgen. So you're getting, this is the wrong way. You're getting more of my work surface. I had it figured out, but somehow it's not doing exactly what I thought it was doing. Okay, we are using the Autumn Leaves stamp set. And we will be using the Pretty Peacock cardstock or card base. We're going to be 8.5 by 11 paper in half vertically to make 4.25 by 11. And then you fold it in half and it's 4.25 by 5.5. I'll set that aside for now. I also have 2 pieces of basic white cut 4 by 5.25. One for the inside, one for the outside. And I have some very vanilla that we'll use for a sentiment. And some oxidized copper in both options, color options, that we'll be cutting out leaves with. And I have some more of the All About Autumn Designer Series paper we'll be using for die cuts and that kind of thing. This is for the inside of the card. And then these we will be putting on the outside of the card. So let's do that first. Let's pull down our 2 basic white pieces and go ahead and glue the narrow strip on the one that will go on the inside. Set that aside because I probably will stamp sentiment on that in a little bit. And then we are going to decorate what's going to be the outside of it. I have 2 different strips of Designer Series paper from the All About Autumn pack. One being the same pattern that we put on the inside of the card, different tiles. And the other one is a Pretty Peacock. Breaks my heart almost to put glue and hide that cozy blanket pattern, but that's what happens. Pretty Peacock with some copper detailing. Okay, here's the front of our card. I don't know where you can see the shimmer of the copper in this paper, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Let's set that aside for now as well. Going to do a little bit of stamping using the early espresso. I have to make sure I do it. Only stamping sentiments for this card. One on the outside and one on the inside. we're going to stamp on the outside just a small little tiny saying for all you do. I'd like to put photopolymer on my mat and it picks them up because otherwise sometimes they bend into shapes I don't want. So just stamp this here. For all you do, we will be cutting that out using my chamois to clean off my stamps. And I'm going to take the sentiment that says, I'm thankful. Oh, that's the grateful thing. Where is I'm thankful? Summer. And that's what I will be stamping on the inside. So for all you do, I'm thankful. Okay. So that'll clean off my stamp. And then we're going to start doing some die cut. Close up my ink pad because we don't want any extra dark brown ink on anything. And pull over my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And I think the first thing I will do is get our sentiment cut out. Probably lose it, but that's what I think I'm gonna do first. And there is a really cute, tiny sentiment label in this die set. That is what I'm using with our sentiment. And going to go ahead some washi tape on that. Try to keep it straight. Hard enough to. Okay. We put on the other cutting plate. Send it through, and hopefully it's exactly what we needed. Remember when you pull off washi tape, pull it off gently at an angle so that it hopefully does not mess up your label. And there it is for all you do. I'm going to set it right there on my black Momento ink, so hopefully I don't lose it. Now we're going to go ahead and die cut some leaves, and we will be die cutting 2 of these smaller maple leaves plus the detail, the vines of the bigger one out of this sheet of oxidized. Now, we might not get everything out of there, but I'm going to try to at least get my vines, because there is some adhesive backing already on that sheet, and I want to take advantage of as much of it as I can. And there isn't room for smaller leaves. I'm going to go ahead and tape down this vining because I want it to stick on. Oops. Lost my hand. I wanted to be able to stick down very nicely to the maple leaf itself. I'm going to cut here. Here we go. I'm going to trim these things a little bit so that you can see more of my die cutting machine and what is going on. There is my veining. And then I am going to use this piece again because without that die, I might have some room for my 2 smaller maple leaves. One here. And one down maybe. Now I'm just going to put a new fresh piece in there for that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this through so that it's only a little bit of it showing on the plate, and put both my maple leaves on there. And then I'm going to try to, at the same time, die cut my larger maple leaf from Peacock, Pretty Peacock oxidized copper sheet. So we get the cutting plate on there and send it. Oh, my Pretty Peacock is not doing well. So we'll have to do it separate. I was trying to save time, but my smaller leaves are still in the dies. So get them out of there eventually. And now I'm going to send the Pretty Peacock oxidized copper through. Handle back on. There is my Pretty Peacock leaf. And then my final die cutting element is I'm going to die cut a countryside corners hexagon that we are going to rest our leaves side. How big I want. Okay. I think I'm going to choose this smaller one, which is too big for that piece of DSP, which is why I have two. Usually it wouldn't matter if it's straight, but there are lined rows of images on this paper, and I kind of don't want them all up. Is that a word? It is today. Okay. There's our little frame or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Now I pull everything back down here and we start putting it together on our card, on our card front. And the first thing I do is I take your pick tool and poke out these little things. One. You know, I said that I would be watching, we could chat real time, and I forgot to open the chat until just now, but I didn't miss anything. So if you want to chat real time, you go to the Zoom link. That's where I am live at this moment. Okay. Okay. Before I glue anything down, I want to attach the vines to my paper wing. Pull off my piece of backing paper and line that up. Okay. Going to figure out where I want these to go. Tiny little sentiment that I want right there. Yeah, you can go ahead and glue down my bigger leaf because I know it's going to go pretty much in the center. I'm trying to just put glue across the middle where it's going to touch. For certain. And I am going to want some dimensionals on the back of our little framed image right here. Okay. Then where do I want these other? Maybe one up there. And put a little glue on the label itself. Not doing a whole lot of glue with these leaves. And that'd be too heavy to put all on one side. So just put it under the leaf right here. And insert a glue on the sentiment label. Put it right there. Okay, then we're going to glue this to the card front. And glue our inside to the inside, and then our card is finished. If you weren't sure that Pretty Peacock was a full color, I think this card and show that, yes, it certainly is. All right, and here we have it. Your Pretty Peacock featured ball card. This is for all you do. You open it up. It says, I'm thankful. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you back here next Thursday at 2 o'clock. Bye.